Hey there, everybody! Welcome back! How you all guys doing today? So, we are back in FS25 PV Rivers Remastered. How's it going there, Dead Soul, Tony Truck, Mr. Farmer Marks,
Billy is a nuisance.
Ethan Farmer,
He will be gone in 2 weeks.
Gamer
I
Paul,
apologize for this inconvenience.
and here he comes, Mr. Coffee Man 101, raiding with the party too. How you doing, Mr. Coffee Man? How was your stream? Hey, Mama Do. Right, let's get a few shout-outs while I'm waiting on this to load up. I had to do a quick restart because something seems a little bit off my save game. Right, so let's get Mr. Greenthumb Farmer, Farmer Marks, Coffee Man. Let me just do a quick refresh on this, and we got Mamadou. So if you're not following any of those guys, make sure to click on their links, give them all a follow. They're great content creators. But yeah, how is Mamadou doing, and how is Mr. Coffee Man today? Hopefully you had a good stream on PV County. Obviously he is doing PV County along with his young people. But yeah, we are back to Rivers. And Shawnee, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you very much for that mega fart. Much appreciated. And hello Drifter over on YouTube. Welcome in as well. There we go. So, Farmer Marks, thank you very much for the 50 stream streak. Much appreciated. Woohoo! 50, 50, 50, 50. I'm sure it's maybe more than that, but it's good. It is very good. Doing good, getting ready to go to the doctors. Well, hopefully everything's alright there, Mamadou. Hopefully, fingers crossed. You've got a question, Coffee Man. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Right, let's see if we can get in here and do some work. So I have been in already. So obviously I'm into November now. I've already gone through a few fields, got the weeds cleared, so that's good. There is something I want to show off, but I want to get into this stream a little bit more before showing it, because something new is coming to a PV map near you. Or I should say something's returning. But yes. But anyway, so like I said, I am into November. I do have one worker currently doing some stones on a field. He'll then be going on to another field and so on and so forth. I think I've got 2 or 3 fields to get stones picked up. I have another worker currently doing some mulching on one of my fields that's been harvested. Now, map-wise, or I should say crop-wise, I do have this field of cotton to get harvested. So we're going to go grab a cotton harvester and get that up and running. And then I've got to do some running around in my factories because, and obviously I added in a mod. It basically disables distributing to factories that aren't, or production lines that aren't active. It's kind of a nice one. So yeah, but from what I've seen, a lot of my factories have actually shut down. Also, what's really kind of strange is all of my auto drive routes have gone. It's kind of crazy. I have no idea. Oh, I'm not going to walk up there, bugger it. Let's just tab up there. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. The auto drive is there, but the routes are all vanished. And oh, it's this one right here I want. Yes. I'm looking for a cedar all-in-one. Do you got one, I hope? I do have 3 John Deeres, a DB 60, 90 and 120. If you're interested. There we go. So yeah, there's been quite a few half-decent mods come out the last few weeks, isn't there? And for some weird reason my dead zone is really buggered up on my wheel since going back and forth to different games. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's have a little look. Yes please, 1 sec, I'll grab them from my Google Drive. It's basically the ones that Green Thumb Farmer was using the other day. So DB 60, 90 and 120, yeah. Where are you? What that share? Make sure that's set to anyone. We'll copy that. So if anybody wants some edited John Deere cedars, there you go. Grab them now because I'm not going to be posting them again. But yeah, they should do all the crops on county. So yeah, so there you go. So there is one obviously hired helper right there. He's doing that field currently, getting that mulched. This dude down here is picking up some stones. Um, I wanted to look at. I want settings. And I want to see what the dead zones. Where the heck is it? I know it's been added in here. Because my dead zone is just non-existent right now. Devices. There we go. So it does state 1 in 100. So that's what it's always set to. Oh, hello. Device. Let's switch device. There it is. Okay, let's drop that down. I didn't realise that you could change my joystick as well. Interesting. That'll be why it wasn't taking effect. I was going through all of the configurations on that other one earlier and thinking, why is this not taking effect onto my wheel? Let's try that now. Oh yeah, that's better. There we go. Helps if you actually change to the correct one. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, yeah, so there is something I've been working on over the weekend. I know Green Thumb Farmers seen some pictures, and obviously Mr. Dashnet. They're the only two that know what I've been actually doing. Obviously, if you're paying attention during some of Green Thumb's streams, you may have heard him mention a few things. But yeah, something from 19 is coming back to 25 that was basically hasn't been able to be worked in, I suppose, in 22 or until now. So there we go. Let's get this guy up and running. I can kind of show you a little bit now, actually. We've been going for a little while, so if you do good. Right, let's get this going. Hired helper. There we go. Now, one of the things I am doing, I'm still not trying to tap the vehicle. That is still disabled. But I am coming into here to show certain things now. The main reason I want to come into here is actually, if we go down to Barrow Logistics, something new is coming to Bowers. Now, if we actually visit it, so obviously you've got a nice pallet loading area right there, and something's kind of changed. Yes, look, container loading. It is back. Yes, it is. Yeah, so there was a mod that came out, was it last week or the week before? I think it was actually mid last week, that basically turned all of the products from the base game into containers. Obviously, you have excuse me, you have to take the products obviously to the production that will convert the 20 pallets into 20,000 litre container. Obviously, having a look at how they've done it, it's very simple, to be honest. It's just another pallet with a bigger capacity. So, with that being said, I've kind of gone in, converted some of Dashnet's old containers that he's had. Actually, let me see if I can get one that spawned out that needs to be sold. I've already gone through, let's see, was it 5 factories? And I've already got them in here being converted to containers. Now, right now, I'm currently focusing only on the productions that are final line products, so things like pizzas, breads, vodkas, stuff like that. Hey, Farming Trucker, how you doing, buddy?
Hello
So that's where I'm currently at the minute. So the ones I've actually done so far is Heartland Bread, Wolfie's Pizza, the Whiskey Factory, the Vodka Factory, and McCain's. That's the ones I've currently got set up in these containers. So if I actually look right here, we have some vodka. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 5 vodkas can be spawned out basically. Now, if we come into here, obviously if we go through, I'm not quite sure where they would be. There's one. Obviously with this, every container is set to 50,000 litre capacity. So that's going to help you when it comes time to sell. So for example, with my watermelon vodka here, I have 225,000, well, nearly 226,000 litres of product to sell. And obviously that's a lot of pallets to move, but if I do 4, for example, because that's what's going to spawn out, 2 and 2, we now have the old PV19 containers back. Hey T Miller, how you doing, buddy? Did I give a farmer trucker a shout out? No, I didn't. We'll give you a shout out. And if Mr. T Miller is going to show up on here, it should now. There we go. If you're not following either Mr. T Miller or Farming Trucker, make sure you click on those links, give him a follow. You're doing good. Glad to hear it there, T Miller. So yeah, we have Smirnoff. Now, visually, they're all going to be the same for the particular factories. The only way to identify them is to basically walk up to them and look at the little information thing in the bottom right corner. So I know my Giants thing's kinda over it a little bit, but obviously it shows pallet owned by me, mass 400 kilos, and watermelon vodka container, because that's how I've been able to get it done. I had to basically create a new pallet and basically call it container for that particular product. Now, currently none of these will go back into a production. What would have to be done, so say for instance I wanted to set these up for the flour factory, or flour products you say, I would have to go into the bakeries, edit them to accept the containers as well. So hence why I'm only right now doing end of line products. So yeah, and then obviously it's 50,000 litres as well. So this is going to make life that a little bit easier. So right there I've got 200,000 litres with 4 pallets in essence. Obviously the nice thing is I was able, with a lot of tweaking, shall we say, to get them to work also with the universal autoload script. Now I've got to cheat a little bit, because I'm going to actually do it out of cab just to show this part off. Now obviously you're going to need a non-curtain side trailer. Now obviously this is what's this, 54 foot long. So yeah, you'll be able to get a fair few containers on here. Well, in all essence you can get 2 containers on this because of the size of what they currently are. So these are around about 20 foot roughly, 20 to 25 foot containers. But yeah, what you can literally do is just drive up to this area here where the container loading will be, and obviously you just load them straight on. And the nice thing is 100,000 straight there. Now obviously you can, with this particular trailer, add a dolly onto the back and have a second trailer behind, so you can technically move 4 of these containers all at the same time. So if I wanted to, I could do all 200,000 litres of it in one go. It's great, I love it. The only thing is, where the heck was I going? This was the watermelon, wasn't it? So we are heading up to Aldi quickly just to do some selling. Now the reason I wanted to do this live test, because I haven't actually looked at the amount I would get with precision farming. So one thing I did do is I just upped the price a little bit that you'll get in return for these, because obviously you're going to have a little bit of time to process it in barrel logistics, plus obviously the container. So yeah, it's up a little bit over the pallet for me. Hey Vortex, yeah, welcome in, afternoon to you too. So yeah, so obviously originally I was going to do 25,000 litres to carry it, kind of match it in with how it was in in 19 should say. I was going to say 22 there for a minute, but I didn't know. But obviously I was chatting with Mr. Green Thumb in Discord the other day, and he kind of thought 100,000. So as a middle ground, I thought, well, why not just make it 50,000? So it's kind of in the middle. So obviously, if you guys wanted, you could always edit them to hold more. It's literally up to you. Once you get it, obviously you can do any of the edits. It's very easy. You just go into the logistics center, find the containers folder. They're all in there. So yeah. But yeah, who knows? Obviously, this could be a start of something new coming back to a PV map. We could actually add the containers back into factories, for example. Maybe create a production that creates these containers that you put into factories, for example. And I just totally forgot where the heck I was going. Aldi. Okay. And so on and so forth. Oh look, Mr. Beans on Farmers on my stream. There he is. So yeah. But yeah, obviously I've done lots of testing. I've made sure they're all warning and error free on a test map. Now the only thing I haven't tested is how much I would get in return with at least this container with precision farming. So I thought, well, why not do it live today, and you can see what you could potentially get. Now obviously these are, like I said, 50,000 litres per container. So it's going to be quite profitable, I think. But yeah, if you think about it, this would have been, what, 100 pallets would have had to move. But this time it's only 2 little containers, so it's kind of cool. Who knows, maybe able to be possibly able to do bigger ones, I don't know. Maybe do one huge one that's even bigger. And the nice thing is, I was able to get it to unload without having to remove the straps as well. So there we go. So I basically got just under 400,000 per container, plus nearly 32,000 environmental score. So that's not bad actually. That is not bad. I'm happy with that price, in all honesty. So yeah, obviously that could be tweaked a little bit, but overall that is, I think, quite nice. So yeah, that is perfect. You have 100,000 in one trip. That is what I like. Yeah. Yep. So, and the nice thing is, with obviously using this production store, I can't remember what the thing is called, the one from Raven. Obviously, if you do end up with like I don't know, maybe 20,000 left over, technically you could spawn that out as a container as well to sell it. So you could literally clear out all of your storage in one hit with it. So, but yeah, obviously I've got a lot more factories still to do. I've got the brewery to do. I've got the wine factory to do. Obviously all of T Miller's stuff. I've got to set up containers for them, so I'm going to have to speak to him, see what sort of colours he wants for each of his factory containers. I can get the logo straight from the mod, so that's fine. Obviously it's going to have to try and keep simple to how it was in 19. So, because I'm obviously using their assets, their images and such. Because the nice thing is, it's one thing that did save me a lot of time is Barrow Logistics along that back wall already has all of the visual containers there. So all I need to do is reconnect them to those visuals. So yeah, it's a lot easier. So yeah, I didn't have to double up on anything. It's quite nice. It really is quite nice. But yeah, like I said, so far I've got Heartland bread done. So all the breads, all the cakes have their own container. Wolfie's pizzas, they've all got their own container. The whiskey factory has its own. The vodka factory has its own, which is the one I'm doing at the minute. And obviously McCain. And each one will have its own designated colour as well to use, matching in with how it was with 20. Well, I keep want to say 22 with 19. But yeah, if you haven't seen the containers, here you go. If we actually come inside, along this back wall, you have all of those containers already here. So, well, obviously we've got Heinz there, we've got Heartland bread, so you can see what it's going to look like. You've got Popcorn Sutton's there, which is your whiskey. This one here, obviously this was used for greenhouses and orchard products, which could be added again later on, possibly once things get edited to accept containers as well. Obviously we've got Boomhauer's coffee factory, the roasted nut there. We've got Corning, which is also glass factory. Also got Wolfie's there. PMS maybe making a come back in a future map, who knows? We'll have to wait and see regarding that. Obviously we got the flour factory there. You got coaching storage. Obviously you got the CM meat factory, the butchers right there. You got the 3M, so that's going to be your glue container. Obviously, if I can get that back, it'd be kind of cool. Obviously, you got Plantis Peanuts, you got the wine cellar right there, obviously the wine factory. AVO, that's probably going to be coming out and maybe replaced with possibly one of T Miller's factories. I don't know yet, we'll have to wait and see. Same with Lydia's farm shop. Obviously, you got your Frito-Lay there, you got your Kingsford, obviously, that's your charcoal factory. Obviously, this AVO could probably be replaced with maybe the the PV oils could go on that logo. Something fishy could be coming back in the future. Who knows? Obviously, you got Crystal Steel still there, or Smuckers may come back. Who knows? But that could technically be replaced. You got your vodka. Nope. Yeah. So you got vodka craft. So yeah, all of these. Just looking at all these different ones could potentially come back in the foreseeable future. But it gives you a rough idea of what the containers will be looking like when they finally get all added. Obviously, some of them will be probably taken out and replaced, but you never know. Oh, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, that's still here. Obviously, yeah, got Pepsi. So that is what I'm currently working on at the minute. Whether I can get it all done by the end of the week, I have no idea. I don't know why that one's there, because Crust and Crumb Bakery. Why have you got that in there? I don't know. Maybe that was one to make up, because obviously we do have... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I seen it. Either that or I need to change that to Heartland Bread. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the minute. But I've obviously been able to get it working at least. Now, one thing I will say is, when the update to Barrel Logistics does come out with the containers, so first things first, what you'll need to do is come into the menu here, and while it saves, I'll have a quick drink because it's getting my throat a little bit. So yeah, what you'll need to do is activate all of the container lines. Now obviously, because I'm using this mod that disables distribution, I've had to activate all the lines, but you don't have to if you don't have that mod. But yeah, you've got to go through, what I would recommend is go through all of the lines here and make sure anything that is basically a container, so it look like this little container with a product, make sure that they're all set to active and set to keeping. Now obviously what they will then do is, once you get that product in Barrel Logistics, if you've got it already, what it'll do is it'll start converting them into those container forms rather than the pallets. So it makes life that little bit easier. So I do have them set quite high on the processing. It's like 60 cycles per hour, but it still costs you nothing to do it. So, but obviously, depending on your day length and such, it may be a little bit higher. But yeah, so far, I've had no issues. Within, I don't know, half an hour, I can have a couple of pallets, or containers, I should say, up and ready. Ooh, look, somebody's got a 0. But yeah, this is kind of cool. I am liking it a lot. It's nice to have the containers back. The only downside is obviously having to set up containers for every product. But it's going to make life a lot easier. And the nice thing is I don't have to currently wait for things like the Hispano-Modern containers themselves, because, well, technically we've got them right here. Now they will, like obviously as you've seen, they will sell as well the containers. Hence why the price. Ashley Kelly! How is Mr. Ashley Kelly doing today? Welcome in, sir. How was the stream? Let's get there. And if you guys are not following Ashley Kelly, make sure to click on his link, give him a follow. He was doing some World of Tanks there. But yeah, hopefully you had a great stream, sir. Obviously, we're currently showing off a new addition to this PV map. And yeah, we got containers back. So yeah, obviously I've got a few others I need to sell. I've got about 5 or 6 different containers to sell. But yeah, I've got tons and tons to set up. Now, one of the things I do need to do is get in some more potatoes to the McCain factory. That's actually what I was about to do. But I want to show this off at least. But yes, loving it, loving it, loving it. Now the only thing is, if you do have the container production mod that's on the in-game mod hub, you may want to switch that out before this update comes, if you've got it already, if you're still playing 25 that is, as it may conflict with barrel logistics and such. But it's kind of a nice idea that they came up with, basically taking a container, giving it a good size capacity, and allowing to convert pallets into a container form. So yes, it's kind of, to be honest, I sure thought of it a lot simpler than previously. Obviously I've tried in 22 to get it to work, but obviously the biggest issue I had then was the container basically overwrote the original pallet itself, and yeah, that's not good. It's really not good. So kind of put it on the back burner, and obviously last week, or whenever it was, Green Thumb mentioned about a production for containers coming out. I thought, oh, let's have a look at it and see how they done it. But yeah, oh, there we go. Look at that. So harvest income 798, 568, environmental score 63918. That's not bad. I like that. That is very, very cool. There's no way to make the containers longer. You can, however, I had a lot of issues when I made them bigger. They'd only stack one on a trailer. I don't know why. It was kind of weird, but to be honest, I like the length of them. They're not too big. I could make them a bit shorter so you get 3 on here, but overall this is a slightly bigger trailer than like a base game one, really, isn't it? So I think it's fine. In my opinion, it is fine, but it's literally up to you. I could look into trying to get it a little bit longer, but obviously with spending about 2 hours trying to get the freaking thing to upload and have 2 on the trailer, yeah, there's not much margin for getting it much longer, to be honest. For some weird reason, it would say that the pallet was too big to upload. And obviously I looked at what the mod on the in-game mod hub sizes were, and I just basically married up to what they've got, because I'm guessing they had a lot of trouble as well. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's fine. I am happy with how they are. I could have a look in, but then that's going to be a lot of i3Ds that I have to now edit. But in all honesty, I like it. I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. Technically, you could get another one manually loaded on the back as well, or even a few odd pallets if you really wanted to. So, but yeah, it is what it is. So, stream was good, okay today. Oh, good, glad to hear it. And oh yeah, you were doing some World of Tanks. Never played it, in all honesty. Never ever played it, but yeah, obviously you still have your pallet loading area right there, and obviously your containers now, which is great. But actually, what I can do, I can show you the ones that I've done so far, because obviously I did send them over to Green Thumb as well to have a little look at. Do I still have it on my desktop? Thinking about it. Where are you? There. So I actually spawned one of each out, and I'd stack one on top of the other to do this. Desktop, there we go. So yeah, there we go. So that's the ones I've currently got. So you got Popcorn Suttons with a nice dark black container. Obviously you've got your Smirnoff, which has the slightly lighter red. Wolfie's has a slightly darker red. McCain's has a nice yellow to match with the yellow. And obviously Heartland Bread has this. It's kind of, I think it's the same colour as Wolfie's, or it's a slightly browner colour. But that's the ones I've currently got set up right now. So yes, so containers are only the end. Yeah, at the minute it's only for end products. Yes. Obviously, I would have to then go in Gamer Paul and add in new recipes that accept the containers, basically, as well as the pallet lines. And right now, that's a lot of friggin' work. I just want to get the containers in at least working for the most of the things. for like selling purposes, really. Because the nice thing is you can set all your productions if you wanted to, just to distribute to each other, and obviously then to Barrel Logistics, for example. And then yeah, any end of line stuff, just have that going into containers. So, but who knows what the future holds? We may be able to get in. If now, obviously, if revamp comes out, this is one thing I will say is if the production revamp does come out and Mr. Dave does another map, who knows what we might be able to do then. Obviously, back in 22 with the revamp mod, for example, several factories had it set up where you had multiple recipes going in to make one product, but you could have one or the other sort of thing. So, for example, animal feed. So, like pig food, you had about 3 or 4 or 5 different inputs for each line, but whatever you put in, it's still, as long as you had one of each of those lines, it would activate. This is kind of the same thing. You could have it's set up to accept both pallets and containers, but you use either or type thing. So yeah, who knows what the future will hold. So we could have containers going back into factories, but right now Barrow Logistics is going to have it. I'm kind of thinking at some point maybe setting up a container production. It's something I was thinking about over the weekend, where you make a container, take it to a factory so it can output as a container that way. Maybe. Obviously, I know we've used sacks in the past to get containers out, but why not say have a container? Why the heck not? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, that's the state of it at the minute. I've got a lot of freaking work to do. That's for sure. Yeah, and actually that's one of the things I want to do quickly, is to actually go through and look at all of the current factories. Now the only one that's going to be a semi-issue is obviously the McCain's factory. Yeah, you could input the container as a booster type. Yeah, that is a possibility. Make it out of metal and maybe some wood. It's an idea. So according to their Discord, this is actually going back earlier this year. They did say they were working on the revamp mod. They were at that time they were working on the production stock control mode, whatever it's called. I can't think of what the heck it's called. Hang on, let me get the right name of it. Where's my stuff? Production storage control mod by Braven. They were working on that at the time, but that was kind of a lead up for getting the revamp mod sorted in game and fully working. And obviously they were able to get that released, which is kind of nice. It just gives you something to look at and work with until the full mod comes out. Obviously with the revamp, obviously that is going to have a lot more things going on in it. So yeah, that is what we're really waiting for. And I just wanted to see something a sec. Nope, is that still not being processed yet? Login. Nope, still showing as pending. Frickin' come on, hurry up. Sorry. Still waiting on my second mod on Mod Hub to be released. It's shown pending again. It's like, come on. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, they were aiming for the end of this year for the revamp mod to come out now. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping it is. I still hope it is. But yeah, you never know. But yeah, so there we go. So we now have pallets and containers. Or I do at least. None of you do. But I do. I could be greedy and keep it myself. Only kidding. But one crazy thing is obviously going back to 19, seeing the containers again, how Barrow Logistics was back then. It's like, oh really, why not? Why not see if we can get them back? And obviously that mod came out and thought, yep, okay, done. Done. Now, obviously, the nice one thing is, with the 22 revamp or the 25 version, we won't have the additional icons inside. I suppose there is a possibility of adding in the pushers, so they bring them back in here to load into another trigger to go into the container side. But what's the point? That was one of the things I was thinking about over the weekend. Do I add the pushers back in, have them coming back in to the building here to then go across there? But just set them to store, activate the container lines, and it'll go in straight away. It's like no brainer. Leave it out for now. But yeah, who knows? They may end up coming back. I have no idea, and I still don't get this here. I really don't get this strip right here. It's kind of bogus. It's the same on that door over there. Might have to have a look, Mr. Green Thumb, have a look at the textures on this building. They're having a funny 5 minutes on that one. But on the outside, it looks perfectly. Oh, actually, you can just see a slight difference there. Yes, maybe he could export the building into what you call it, Blender for me, and sort the textures out on there. So, yes. So they're more like be waiting for last expand. Possibly, you never know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's literally on Braven. I know they were waiting quite some time for certain documents from Giants to be sent to them. I do believe that they actually got them now. So it's to do with like all those hidden scripts, shall we say. And where did I put my truck? There he is. So yeah. We just have to wait and see what happens. Patience, grasshoppers. Patience. But yeah, one of the nice things is as well. So obviously that has certainly given me something to do over the next coming weeks. That's for definite. Now on the in-game mod hub as well, a new mod was actually released the other day, and it allows you to maneuver your mirrors. I like this. This is something I have been waiting for since 25 came out, the ability to actually maneuver. Oh, hang on. The mirrors, so you can actually see behind them. Takes time to build. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, with the scriptings, it does take a heck of a lot of work. Oh, don't go too high. Well, that's a little bit weird. So yeah, this is definitely going to make my life with like the oxbows when doing the in-cab stuff, for reversing into sheds a little bit easier. I have no idea where. Oh, obviously you got controls. I had to do a little bit of reconfiguring some of the keybinds because they conflicted with the enhanced vehicle mod. Some of them. So like the was it the right control 4 and 5? I had to rebind them to left control 4 and 5, so it's kind of a pain, but yeah, it's cool. I can finally adjust my mirrors. Hooray! The simple little things. See, this is something I think Giants should have base game, in my opinion. Adjustable mirrors. I don't care. But anyway, yes. So that is the state of things. So yeah, I've got to get in through. Obviously, do some more selling at some point. I've got a field of grass at the bottom of this road right here that needs to be cut before we get to the end of November. So I'm going to be carrying on getting more of these containers set up. So hopefully I can get a couple done a day. I'm aiming for like 2 to 3 factories per day to get sorted out, because it does take time. Because obviously I'm having to set up the actual visual palette. I've got to go through, set up each and every individual XML. Got to do the HUD images. I've also got to add it into Barrow Logistics. Got to add in the storage. There's a whole thing. Plus, that I've got to get it in game and test it if there's any errors or anything. Obviously, I've got to then get it fix, got to reload. It's a whole process just to get these pallets in game. But yeah, literally Saturday and Friday night I think it was. Was it Friday night? I can't remember. I actually messaged Green Thumb and I actually got a test container set up. And yeah, I literally spent Saturday and Sunday just going through getting the rest of them done. And let me see, where was it? Where was that first one? 18th. So yeah, so the 18th. So what was that? Friday. I messaged Green Thumb saying that I was able to get them basically in game, but still couldn't get them to upload at that time. Obviously, then spent about a good couple of hours tweaking them size wise to get them to upload, and yeah, finally got there. But yes, it does take time. That is one thing I will say. What's the secret there, T Miller? What's a secret? Sorry, did I miss something? And there was Coffee Man. What was it you were? Did you forget to put fertilizer? Did you forget to put fertilizer? What do you mean fertilizer? Obviously, if you're on about those seeders, they're not my mods. And if they didn't have fertilizer in them originally, I didn't edit them. I just literally changed the crop types and maybe tweaked some of the speeds in there. See, that's not. I don't know. I could do with going out a little bit more actually on that left hand one there. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I need to get some potatoes over to the McCain factory to get that back up and running. I did notice that that was empty. Now, what's kind of weird is I do have. Heck, what was it? That one? Yeah, that. Yeah, so I did install a mod that shows all my factories and such. Oh, looks like I need to do a run to Freelay, so this could make life that a little bit easier. When I need to find which factory needs what throughout the year. I still need to figure everything out. But there we go. You're back. Okay, welcome back there, Kaufman. Were you on about fertilizer in the seeders that I sent you? Because obviously all I did is edited the crop types in there. Yeah. Yeah, obviously if they didn't have fertilizer in them initially, they won't have them now, because that means a lot of extra headache to get that added in. Obviously they're mods that I had downloaded and edited for County myself to play with. But yeah, I've been currently using the DB90s, which I'm pretty sure that takes fertilizer. So it's like a middle one. But yes. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting one. Green Thumb Fire. Oh my sad. Oh, gold masters are empty. But yeah, this is definitely going to make life a little bit easier, but kind of a pain having that list right there. There's so many. Yeah, ow. Look at how much is missing. That's terrible. It really is terrible. Yikes. And one of what's kind of interesting is obviously it does obviously show you your animal pens as well, but it also shows if it's missing like a manure pit for the pigs or the cows. That is kind of a cool thing, but I'm going to actually turn off the cows for the minute. Right, potatoes go into this one. But yes. Who the heck knows what's going to happen in the future? Obviously, if anybody caught Mr. Dashnet over the weekend, obviously he did say tried. Oh. Hello. Yeah, he was trying to do his 60x map. Only issue is a lot of the resources that we need really aren't out yet to get certain things working. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen there with that. Now let me sort this out because it's just going to bug me. 9? There we go. So yeah, who knows? We may eventually get a map from Mr. Dashnet, but we may not. So who knows? But obviously one of the big issues is that he's having, even though he can load up in a 60x map, it takes about 20 minutes just to save the map updates. It's kind of annoying, really. But to be honest, I'm not surprised because I know I load up a 4x map on my computer and that will take a good 5-10 minutes just to save a tiny little edit. So I try not to do anything, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I've not even made a start on even thinking about doing a map myself yet. Yes, if my little computer struggles, then yep, I'm sure Mr. Dave's will as well. And he's got a more powerful computer than me, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Here we go. See if we can top this up, and then obviously anything left can go to the Frito-Lay factory. Oh, okay, maybe not. Now, one of the things I did do with this factory when I reloaded it is I've started going through some of the factories, and I'm actually setting them to spawn pallets out. So once the flour factory has a pallet ready to rock and roll, it's going to spawn out, and obviously I'm going to have to come over here and manually move it because it just wasn't quite working earlier. I don't know why. Maybe that new mod that I added, so we'll see. But yeah, a lot of my productions actually were deactivated for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, something crazy's gone on with my save game. My auto drive routes have all disappeared. A lot of my productions were deactivated, even though they had products running and such. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. The only thing that seems to be working right now is me and the hired helpers. So, yay! But anyway, hopefully you guys all had a great weekend, because, yep, I had another sweaty one. I was doing a lot of building again over the weekend. Well, not a lot, but I ended up building my pet snake's new vivarium. He now has a 48-inch by 18 by 18 vivarium, which is quite nice. Black ash sort of colour. And yeah, he can really stretch out, he really can. He's like 5-year-old corn snake, and he's, I'd say, close to 5 foot, if not over. Sound like a mod conflict? It could be. I've checked my log, there's no errors. Okay, I got a couple of warnings, but there's nothing unfamiliar to me, so I don't know. But it only seems to be since I added in the well, I can't think what it's called. Is it improved production distribution or something mod? But the worst thing is, I've even gone to one of my previous save games, copied the auto drive routes from that over onto this, and they're still not showing up, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, something funky is definitely affecting the auto drive. I'm not worried about the productions, because that'll then allow me to go through the list and see what's active, what's not active, and actually find out what the heck is going on. It could even be this thing. It could be a multiple things, but well, get it all figured out, don't worry. Even if I have to set up a few of the auto drive routes myself, it's not a problem. It is honestly not a problem. Obviously, the one big thing is I also want to try and utilise the base game hired helper for transporting anyway, so in all honesty I'm not really that bothered, but it is kind of a bug that it's not there to be able to send something over a bridge, for example. Maybe it's my fault, maybe I accidentally deactivated auto drive previously, I don't know, and it's lost the whole thing. But yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, if I bring it up while I'm here, Obviously, for anybody who's watched this before, obviously, if I click on here, I used to have a huge long list of the different farm areas, the different factories, the fields. They're all gone. They're all gone. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm kind of considering adding in that animal mod as well that X-Man's been using. I am. The only thing is, do I really want to go that in depth to have all these extra menus and stuff showing? Oh. The only thing is, I don't like too much clutter on my screen. I know you can go in and do like Control P to remove it, but it's trying to remember all the key bindings for everything. Oh, there we go. See that? There we go. That'd be quite nice actually. Just thinking about it. Instead of having pallets coming out, say Frito-Lay here, have containers of chips coming out. You could have a nice little stack of containers over on the side there or something, or in the shed over there, for example. Ah, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Right, I don't think I need... Oh, potatoes. What else was potatoes? A vodka factory, wasn't it? Might as well do that while I'm here, because... Yep. But yeah, that field right there behind us, that needs to be cut at some point. Not sure what I'm going to be doing yet with it, whether I want to do hay or silage. I'll have to have a look to see what I've got in storage regarding that. And, oh, that's the point. How's my cotton dude? Cotton dude is doing fine. It looks like the stone and the mulcher guys have finished as well, so need to get them onto new fields. And I wonder if I can get that dude who's doing the mulching over here. Yeah, the only problem is now this is the only bug that I've currently got with the base game AI. At times, it does not seem to like the bridges. Still. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a really finicky function, I think. Yeah, and I know that Green Thumb's got the splines on there perfectly fine and that. But yeah, for some weird reason, every now and again, it just will not go over the bridges. Now, I might be able to go over the bascule here. Let's have a little look. We're going to do a little test to see. So, come into here. Now, I don't need to worry about loading. I just want to do a delivery. So, go to delivery. There we go. Vodka factory. So, Smirnoff. So, let's go backwards. Did I just go past it? Now, is it called Vodka Factory or is it Smirnoff? I'm pretty sure it's vodka, isn't it? So, vodka right there. And we're going to start from... Where have a heck are we there? We'll start from there. Do a looping. We're going to start the job. We'll save that. I'm trying to think what other fields had stones on. I think that was the only one that was left for the minute. No. This create job. You're going to be doing some field work on there. Go. Hello, dude. What you coming down here for? AI conflicts with everything. Well, it doesn't conflict. It just has the odd issue. Also depends on textures, I guess. No, okay, so yeah, see? It looked like he was about to get ready to go on one of... Oh, hang on, he's gone. Yeah, see, he's just literally crashed straight into the bridge there. Oh, you silly sod. See, I was kind of hoping he'd go over the bascule actually. But yeah, this is still one thing I would love for the AI to actually be able to drive around a map without the need of auto drive. That is still one of my purposes, to get the freaking thing to work. But yeah, let's get over the bridges right here. And we'll try again over this side, because it should be straight down the road, turn left, up, and he's pretty much there. So let's try this again. So everything is set up. Obviously we want you to start from here really, and go. You love to see this? Good, glad to hear it. You're very, very welcome. Now obviously one of the things is, before we ended up going back in time to FS19, I did actually show off that I started adding in splines to a couple of the factories to allow the AI to unload if you don't want to have auto drive. And obviously the vodka factory was one of them. So it actually has two splines in there, one going inside the building and one going to the potato unloading area, and both, I was kind of shocked that it actually works. It actually works. But yes, it actually, you can send it to unload potatoes, you could send it to unload, say, cranberries. Now obviously both the potatoes and the cranberries have a different trigger that it has to go to unload. And it actually knew which trigger to go with, which is kind of cool, I thought. It actually thought about it and thought, okay, I need to go to this trigger, so I need to take this course to get to it, and it did a pretty good job actually. Right, so you should turn up here. There we go. Now obviously there's no auto drive at all here. Obviously this is all the base game AI. Now if I bring this up, there we go. See, auto drive, there's no pins at all, so it's literally right now reading that road texture. Let me bring that up a bit, which is kind of cool. Now hopefully if I did it right earlier, that should show the vodka factory. No, I don't think it is. I don't think adding those splines in broke my auto drive, because the auto drive routes were there prior. It's a weird one, but yeah, to be honest, I'm not really that worried about the auto drive. Obviously, it's nice for certain things, but yeah, I do want to kind of go back into using the base game AI for doing some of the transporting and such. But yeah, if you can get it to do things like the bridges easily, then, for example, doing selling, it's going to be even better. So here you go, you can actually see the auto drive route that I've added, not the auto drive route, the spline I should say, that I've added into the vodka factory here. Obviously it automatically gets added. That's probably what it is. I know what it is. Crap. It's because I deactivated the auto drive routes to test this out, wasn't it? Oh no, that was on a different save game. Think about it though. I don't know, but yeah. As you can see, it has the two splines there. One is going in the building, one coming to the potato unloading, and yeah, it makes life so much simpler because it actually does detect where it needs to go. So obviously, yep, it's cool. Yeah, to be honest, a lot of people have the same view about the AI, the base game AI, but I just think it needs a better chance of being able to be used more. And that's kind of what I want, is the ability to use the base game AI instead of always having to add in a mod that should be able to be done within the game itself. Because in all honesty, I want to get rid of that auto drive mod completely. Dude, where are you going? Are you going back? Oh yeah, because you. And the nice thing is, because where I started that off, it'll loop around and go back. But yeah, it's fine. There we go. But I'll take over now, dude. But yeah, at least it does semi-work. So there is that. But yeah, we'll see. It just takes a lot of little bits here, little bits there. So you never know. It's getting better. At least, one thing I will say, at least it is in there and can be used. Okay, it's not going to be as great as like auto drive where you're actually setting up all your pins and stuff, but it is there. Let's see if we can unload into here. There we go. But yeah, oh yes, that will be coming out hopefully soon on the in-game mod hub. That's going to be my second mod, my little pig food mixer. I had to do a lot of little tweaks to it to get it onto the mod hub. But yeah, hopefully this last update has finally got it sorted out. Oh yeah, how are we doing over here? Thinking about it. Pig's got plenty of food. I'm kind of curious about these bales. Okay, so they are silage. Okay, good. See, yeah, obviously once we get revamped back, we'll be able to get these bales and pallets visuals set up again properly. Right, I don't really need grass, so that can stay as it is. Got hay, silage. I got 2 million litres of hay. Yeah, I think obviously once they're in, I don't know. It might be a sell time just for the grass. I don't know. I might just do some grass bales to throw in there for something random. But yeah, trying to get back into the whole 25 is from after being away doing FS19 for a couple of weeks, then 22. It's kind of like, it's craziness, crazy. It really is. Alrighty, so McCain, actually, let's just have a little look on my factory. So that should be McCain's back up and running. Yep. So it does have everything in there, so that's good. Obviously it's set to distribute, they're all active, so that is fine. Now, I'm going to have to keep an eye on the compost, because that is getting a little bit close. Ooh, actually, change output. Compost, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to sell that. There we go. I'll save a little bit of time. Okay, I'm not going. Oh, actually, no. No. Let me change that back. Oh, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to go back quickly and just get that picked up. McCain. 6.5 dozen whether go that way or this way. Oh, that's another thing as well. When I loaded up this save game yesterday, just to see what was going on, all of my bridges were raised up and such. It's like, what the heck? Something crazy is definitely going on. I think somebody been playing my save game when I wasn't watching. I think maybe my daughter came through and just raised all the bridges up and such. So yeah, that was one thing I had to do, is go through all my bridges, make sure that they were all actually dropped down. I can see one of my hired helpers ended up in the freaking river or something. Right, McCain's down here again. So yeah, if you guys weren't aware, so yeah, McCain's will output compost as well as a byproduct. Obviously, think about it, all those potatoes get washed. So yeah, you're going to have a little bit of extra coming out of it. Now, one thing you want to do is regularly empty it out, whether you're doing it manually or automatically. But yeah, all you have to do is come to this little silo on the side right here, drive underneath, hit the old R key, and fill your compost from there. Actually, I could do with upping that a bit. It's a little bit slow. Maybe something to look into the future, but right now it's fine. Right, so actually while this is doing that, let's have a little look at the productions. Oh, yeah, with the French fries, I believe these actually from the French fries go into one of T Miller's productions, so you may want to keep that on keep for the pallet side of things, so it can or distribute it. So bear that one in mind. Right, productions. Another thing I do want to look into is getting all the PV factories set up into their own tab as well at some point. Where did you put them? So I am literally right next to Board and Dairy. So we've got Board and Dairy right there. I've got my McCain's right next to it on the riverside there. And obviously I've got Crafts tucked in behind. I did add in a nice little road here. And then obviously we've got T Miller's board game factory here. And this has kind of like become T Miller's row, I suppose, because obviously got that there. If I come down here, we have obviously T Miller's Pie Factory, we have T Miller's Filipino Food Factory, we have T Miller's Pizza Pop Factory, we have T Miller's Model. You get an idea of what's going on here? Yeah. I almost felt like moving Heartland Bread somewhere else and just having all of T Miller's stuff right here to show off in one big row. But yeah, that would then I would have to move the soya factory, and yeah, I couldn't be bothered. But yeah. Anywho, right. So I am going to need to set up the August Pie Factory containers. Obviously, it could be the board game factory. I do have a visual already, or an i3D for boarding, but I think for the minute, because a lot of the products go into other factories, I'm going to leave that one for the minute. The brick factory would probably. See, the thing is, this is where it kind of gets a bit complicated, because obviously you've got things like the brick factory. Right now, that is not being utilized for anything, for any of the buildables. So do I set up a container for that or not? I don't know. Right now, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that one for the minute because it's technically a buildable or item, as it were. So I'm going to leave that. The butcher I'll leave because obviously that goes into other stuff. The charcoal factory I'll leave. The tobacco factory. So this is obviously my tobacco factory, the chewing tobacco. So that can have its own container. Billies. Composter, no. Obviously, PFs eventually could technically have containers as an output for buildables, which would be kind of nice in the future again. The Filipino Food Factory, I do one for that. Filipino Food Factory. Because this will give me an idea of how many more I've got set up. Free lay. Obviously, things like the greenhouses and the orchards, they're for the minute going to be left as pallet form. Now, obviously, one of the things, because obviously playing 19, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of liked the option, of having the smaller storages for converting those pallets into a container. Maybe an idea. Also, we had the product storage, what you want to call it, in 22. to store it as a pallet and output as pallet and loose. Could do that again, but could also add in the containers, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously that would mean certain factories that take those products would need to be edited to accept the container as well. It's kind of annoying. Right, glue factory could technically have the container added to it direct. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. Obviously we're going to need the model factory. As a container, the Pepsi. See, I've got a lot of work I do. Pizza Pop. Nope, don't need to worry about you. Don't need to worry about you. The coffee factory. So this is going to be my coffee factory. Because that is in Barrow Logistics as well. So that will need to have its own container set up. Obviously, the soya drink factory. Ooh, do we? We now had soya in 22, did we? So I won't have a decal or 19. I might be nicking the decal, the image off of the sign for that one. I don't know, unless I can find my own. But anyway, also I've got the vodka already set up. The brewery, that is definitely one that needs to be set up. Candle and soap. I could set up containers for the candles because they don't actually get used, but obviously the soap gets used in the herbicide place. It's a possibility. So candle and soap, but only candles. Also, we've got Dole. That's another end of product at the minute, so that could get one set up. Dominoes. I'll leave that as it is for now. The flour factory's been left for now. Heartland Bread I've already got set up. The Heinz factory is a tricky one. This is going to be another one kind of like the candle and soap where most of the products will have a container, but things like the tomato sauce, or just the sauce I should say, yeah. Obviously that would probably be the only one, oh, and the vinegar that wouldn't have a container. So that obviously the ketchup, the mayonnaise, and the relish, I think. Yeah, I think it would be those three would have a container. The other two wouldn't. So Heinz and Z. Make sure I get it spelled the right way. But obviously my juice factory, that would, because obviously that's the end of the line. Ken's is another one because obviously I do know that I think is it the ranch dressing goes into the pizza factory. I think it is. I'll have to have a look into that, but that's gonna be another one where certain products will have a container, certain things won't. Hey KW, how you doing? But actually, thinking about it, I could set up regardless. Obviously, all you'd need to do then is just not activate that container, maybe. No, um, it's a tricky one because obviously you've got the that mod that stops the distribution if it's not active. But obviously, if you don't have that mod, it's going to send the stuff in there anyway. I think what I'll just do is the ones that I definitely know don't go into another production. Let's put it that way for that, and then work on other things. Obviously, I said, craft. Yes, Kraft is going to be another one for your macaroni cheeses. Also got the McCain sorted out. The pickles. See, this is another one. Obviously, some of the pickle products go into other factories. I think it's a sweet pickle goes into something else, doesn't it? So that's a tricky one. I'm gonna have to go and literally go through every factory, I think, and check what goes into all of them before I set up a container. Also, we've got the pizza factory there. PV oils. Oh yeah, the textile factory. That's got to be a must. Obviously, things like your clothing, sweaters, pillows, they could all have their own container. But obviously, things like your bayonet and fabric, they don't. Vinegar knob. Obviously, I've got the whiskey already done. Obviously, I need to do the winery still. And okay, so that. Oh, geez, that's a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So right now, I have 20 factories to get set up with the containers coming out of Barrow Logistics. If you think that's going to be done by the end of this week, you got another thing coming. So you have to bear with me, guys. It may be a couple of weeks. That's all I'm going to say. Obviously, what I could do, if you guys were interested, is whatever I have done by the end of this week, I could give you guys an update to start off with, and then possibly the following week, if I get the rest done by then, it could work out. So you think that'd be a good idea? So yeah, do a mini update just on the stream on Friday for Barrow Logistics to add in the start of the containers, and then maybe the following week you guys can then have maybe the final-ish version with everything else. Does that sound good to you guys as well? Compost. Okay, I think I've got plenty of compost actually being made, so let's sell that off. But yeah. And at least then you can start getting Barrow Logistics set up, which is one kind of nice thing. Let's see, compost. I think I'll do that. We'll see. Compost. I'm gone blind. Compost. There. We're going up to the farmer's market. Okay, oh yeah, I've got plenty in. 1,000,000 and a bit litres. Yeah. I got tons in storage still. Yes. Okay, we'll do that. So yeah, this Friday what I'll do is a little update to Barrow Logistics for this first load of containers. Hopefully I'll get most of them in. I have no idea how many I'm going to have. I'll look at things like the whiskey factory, I suppose I could do today. But yeah, obviously with ones like, for example, T Miller's factories, where they have multiple products, so was it 7 or 8 products in there? It's going to take a little bit of time. Will it work on JD's map? It will. Yes, T Miller, it will. You literally just have to add in, because I'm literally adding all the containers into Barrow Logistics itself. Obviously in there will be a i3D for the container, all the XML work is in there. All those containers are being added in the fill types XML in Barrow Logistics, so yeah. As long as you've got the original factories on Uncharted Rivers, what's it called, Uncharted Valley, you should be fine. So yes. But yeah, obviously on JD's map there is a few tweaks to some of the recipes, so but yeah, as long as the output product is the same name, you should be fine. I know that JD actually went through obviously when I did the flour factory, and he actually went through and changed, was it the wheat flour to just being flour to match in with what I did, because what's the point in taking away what giants have got there? Same with bread, I think it was. Instead of wheat bread, he just changed it back to bread. Here we go. But yes, so much work, it's terrible, it really, really is terrible. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm also going to have to go through, I need to speak to you, Green Thumb, not Green Thumb, T Miller at some point, about what colour containers you want for each of your factories. Obviously, I can probably get the logos from the factories themselves, so I know you're resting up at the minute and taking it easy and such. But yeah, if you want to message me what colours you want for your containers, I can sort that out as well this week. Actually, I can actually show you. Let me go to the desktop a sec. So if I go into the logistics, into the assets, so here is all the colours that could be used. So we have a lightish blue colour, there's a black, there's a royal blue, is that, or navy blue, whatever, I don't know. I always get mixed up, royal navies. But yeah, you got basically 3 types of blue there, you got a couple of different reds there, there's greens, browns, you name it. Now I don't know how easy it would be to edit these to have a particular colour. It's probably quite easy, I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, if you see a colour there, let me know. And actually, these are in Barrel Logistics right now, so you can actually go in and have a little look yourself. Just go into the assets folder there and have a little look at these, maybe on your computer if you're able to. Don't know why's it got a W on there? It's crazy. But yeah. Actually, what I could do, just to make these look a little bit better, let me go like this. Let's open all of them up. Is that going to allow me to? Nope. It's going to have a funny 5 minutes. Usually it allows me to open them all up. There we go. I could try. Okay, that's not going to be. That's a normal diffuse thingy. See, because I was thinking, it also depends on how it's going to look on the actual container. Because obviously you still want to be able to see certain parts of it. And obviously if it's too dark, I don't know. See, for example, your model factory, that's sort of blue and gold, isn't it? So you could technically have something like that, sort of blue. Even though it says black, I don't know why. Go figure. That's weird. Yeah, because that says that's black, but that's more of a blue. And that's a B black. Like, obviously, a Ghost Pie Factory, for example, I would probably go with something like that. I'm trying to think of the colours on your factories. Obviously, Filipino food factory, that's what, sort of woodeny sort of colour. I would probably go with something like that. Yeah. Um. See what I'll do then, T Miller. I'll set some of these up with some of these original colours and send you some pictures of them to see what you think. Because obviously they'll have the logo on the side, so it might look a lot better once it's in game and such. But yeah, look at these colours, for example. Yeah, I would probably use that for your model factory. Your Auguste Pie factory, I'd go with something like that. Your Filipino food factory, I'd go with something like that. Brown containers matching with the brown wood on your factory, the bamboo color. Your board games factory, because that's multicolored, isn't it? But I would probably go with something like a yellow, maybe something like that, potentially. I think your soya drink factory, maybe something like that. 'Cause I'm trying to think of the colours you got in your buildings as well, so I could go with something close to that. What else is there? Model Filipino board. I'm trying. Oh, jeez. Now you're asking. So what is that? That's five, isn't it? I've done so far, isn't it? So yeah, I could. Yeah. So that's kind of the ones I'm thinking of with what's in there already, without having to create new visuals, shall we say? Um. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll set them up. I'll send you some pictures. Oh yeah, the pizza pop. That would be like an orange. Um. Pizza pop. Pizza pop. Let's see, logistics, that. So, oh, don't really have an orange, so that could be one that I could try and set up. Um, see, obviously I've got this white one here, and I could try and add in or change the color to that to match in with yours. Actually, out of interest, can I just, I'm going to do something a little quickly. Pizza pop. Pizza pop, pizza pop, pizza pop, p p p p p p. Let's extract you. I'm just going to do a quick something to see your colors swash that you've used. So i3D, we want textures, I'm guessing, is it in? Yes, there. So if we take a dipper of that, we're going to take that. Now if I close that one, and if we go into here, is it that? No, it's not. Is that one? I can't remember. Hopefully it is. Turn down the hue. See, I might have to do this individually. See, this just to give you a rough idea. Dang it. Oh, actually, I wonder. Undo. See, I don't always use all of the things in here. Clone stamper, recolor. That one maybe. I don't do yet. I've never used this. Oh, that might work. Um, ugh. Oh, we can have polka dots if you like. No, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, I could quite easily take your the color from the actual factory itself. Magical wand. Maybe. Oops, sorry. I keep banging my microphone. There's probably an easier way of doing it, but I like doing it the hard way. Let's try there. Hmm. Nah, it's not gonna work right. I'll have a play. Don't worry. I will have a play. I'll see if I can get something set up with potentially that orange color. What's that one there? Yeah, who knows? I might be able to figure something out. I don't really know. I know little bits about paint.net, but I know there is other features in there that can be done. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll get them set up, and I'll send you some pictures, and you can say, okay, that's fine, or can you make it a little bit darker or a bit lighter or whatever, and we'll go with that, Mr. Teamer. So keep an eye out on Discord, and yeah, with your phone or whatever you may have at the minute. So yeah. Anywho, righty. We'll get things sorted out. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's going to be a little bit more of a tricky one for Mr. Team and stuff, but most of them are already got the logos there, so and the color combinations, which is quite nice. Right then. So I do need to bounce around in a minute just to check my hard hell produce. So I need to get the dude doing the stones back to work. So let's leave you there a sec, because I'm probably going to be back over here in a minute. Oh, you didn't go over there, did you? Dude, excuse me. Well, actually, that's kind of lucky I came over here, because he's Mr. Stone right there. There we are. Actually, while I think about it, let me just drive up here, because every now and again he will, when turning around, miss the odd little bit. It's the only gripe I have about this machine. It's nice that it's got that wing on there, but obviously it becomes more troublesome when turning and such, because it just doesn't quite go the whole way at times back. There we go. I think that should be fine. Let's have a look. Stones. Okay, yeah. Well, there's one little patch right there as well he missed, but it's fine. I'm not going to rip into him too much just for that. Really? Yes, unlike Boomhauer and Green Thumb Farmer and other people, I'm not a big fan of the AI programs, to be honest. It's nice to use every now and again, for like saying a logo, for example. But yeah, I don't want to get dependent on a freaking program like that to create a container visual. I could probably do myself in 5-10 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. Oh yes, my little dude is going. Look at it. Yay. I need to get up here at some point and get these bales picked up. Oh heck, that's the point. How am I going to pick them up? Because obviously no auto-load trailers are allowed on the fields. Yeah, but it wasn't done by me, Tima, though, that's the thing. uh, don't worry, I will have a little play myself. I'll get it sorted, don't you worry. Don't you worry. There you go. Right, you can go do your thing there. Red and white and blue, and red, white and blue. We're not in America now, young man. Or I'm not anyway. Right. Where is he? He's there. Okay. I want to just see. Oh, might as well. Might as well. So you create job, field work. You're just literally going to cross the way there, and you can start on that field. And as I'm right here, I can keep a little eye on him. So he should just come straight across, unfold, and do his job. Obviously this field doesn't really need to be mulched, but it does have a lot of weeds on here, so that can be mulched back into the field itself. See, AI can work. Why not? Alright, T Miller, hopefully everything goes well with your therapy session. Let us know how you get on later on. There we go. But yeah, see, the AI on short things can work fairly well. Come on, dude, come on. Oh, yeah, come on, come on. Hello? Are you calculating the field? Is that what it is at the minute? Okay, we'll come back to you later. I'm actually going to do some selling because I'm kind of want to see those containers a little bit more and some of the other variations. Right, so let's jump down here. Let's have a little look. Yes, you can't do shoutouts, Mr. Coffee Man. So, let's have a little look at my little thing right here. So, we want... can we change that month? So it's up the top here, easier. There you go. That's going to make life a little bit easier. So, eggs, not interested. Because they're going into... I don't know, one of my other factories. So I was doing the watermelon, so I do still have 26, just under 26,000 litres there. So let's get that, first of all. So watermelon container. And obviously the nice thing is that will load all 26 pallets into one container. Select. Dink, right there. So I should actually grab another trailer, but I think we'll be fine for this right now. Let's see. So you are fine. What else is going to Aldi? Eggs. Hawaiian pizza. I don't know much, so I think I might leave that one for the minute because it's not really worth taking it out. But obviously it's stating the vodkas are all pretty well priced. Just out of interest, see, Aldi is all the way down the bottom. How much would I lose? Okay, a fair bit actually. I want to maximize. Let's see, so that one's going to Subways. That one's going to Taco Bell's. Why are they all going to different sell points? Burger. Oh my goodness. You give me a hard time? Oh, okay, Coffee Man. Mr. Hectate, thank you very much for the 100 bees. Oh, is it still working or has it gone offline again? Let me do a quick refresh on Fish Planet. I'm sorry. It has every now and again a little bug. Here we go. Let's bring this back up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't think there's a maximum amount of cassette. I might be wrong, but yes. There we go. There we go. I don't think there's nothing queued, but yeah. I do apologize. But just out of interest, who's on the leaderboard at the minute? So we have Dead Soul, Farmer Marks, and Mr. Het Take, all in the top 3. Now remember, with this month, anybody in this top 3 will be put into a wheel and spun for the winner. So it could literally be anybody right there. So if you're not playing, you're not going to get in there, guys. It's a £25 Steam gift card. But yeah, sorry about that, and thank you very much, Hectate, for the 100 biddies, if that's what you're trying to do. I'm now thinking, what do I do? Do I take 2 containers with me, go to 2 different sell points, or just say jack it and put it all into one? Because, yeah, that's a pretty nice price. Now, if I bring up that and I go to Aldi, I'm only going to lose 100, so that's okay. I might be okay with that. Eh, bugger it. Let's just do all the vodkas and be done with it, shall we? So, come into here, spawn goods. So, let's try to find all the vodka containers. That's the thing. Bam, ba, bam. Oh, that was one. So there is the cherry vodka. Wow, I have got a lot of that. Just out of interest, can I do 5? 1, 2. No, okay. But yeah, one thing is they are limited as well on which areas they spawn. So I did actually set it up so that only pallets spawn up there and only containers there. So bear that one in mind as well when you do come to do it. So you should be getting pallets out where they're not meant to be and vice versa with the containers. There we go. So actually I'll show you because obviously they look like they're all the same product, but like I was saying earlier on, if you actually walk up to them, it'll actually show you what product's in there. So for example, that is the watermelon vodka right there. Obviously the next one, even though visually is the same, this is actually the cherry vodka. And then obviously that's going to be cherry vodka and cherry vodka. So yes, makes life a little bit easier, but look at that. Actually, Should I? I can do it with this trailer, couldn't I? Or this truck. Yeah, let's got the connector there. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to grab another trailer and I'll grab a dolly while I'm at it as well. And we'll do a double dipper. So P, coming into here. Obviously I want the flatbed from right there. I'll leave the autoload as it is. The flatbed is using my custom red. There we go. I think the frame was black if I remember rightly, but I can always edit this later on. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I don't need an... Oh yes, I better do the attacher, hadn't I? Just in case. So we'll buy that. And I need a dolly. No, I want combination. Do we have a dolly? Dolly? There we go. That one, loot. I don't think I've actually used that properly yet. I'm not even going to worry too much about that, so I'm just going to buy it. I hope these work well. We'll find out soon enough. But yeah, one thing I will say is, yeah, going back to obviously 19 and 22, it was great seeing some of those, the old save games again and what we actually did back then. But to stay playing 19 and 22 permanently again, I would find it very hard. Because, yeah, also we've got 25. Okay, it's a little bit of an upgrade from 22. But, in all honesty, I prefer the more up-to-date versions. Yeah, so it's kind of a crazy one. Yeah, I'm definitely preferring 25 to play. But yeah, definitely fun to go back, see what's going on. Obviously, it did. Obviously, one nice thing is it did, from what I understand, help a fair few people out. Also got some people back to 19 who didn't play it. So Speaking Farmer, he never played the PV County map. Obviously, he's been playing that the last couple of weeks, so it's kind of nice. Obviously, Coffee Man as well. Oh, look at that. I don't think he played that far back. I have no idea, in all honesty. But yeah, he's back on County playing that and doing a freaking good job. I will say that. I have lurked in a few of his streams of late. And detach. There we go. And yeah, he is really cracking on with the productions and stuff over there. There we go. See, now this is all about what it's all about again. But yeah. Oh, I just realised. These containers have got doors on both sides. Oh. Oh, come on. Right there. There we go. Oh. That needs correcting. I never noticed that before. Oh, it's not hooking up. Oh, what's missing on that then? I'm gonna have to look into that, see if I can get those working. Yeah, 25 is definitely home, yeah. Oh, that's kind of weird. Oh, that is very, very weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that, because something's missing on that back plate. What did I miss? What did I miss? The connectors. Oh. I have to get that sorted out. Look at it, it's just drifting across. It's not quite right there. Oh well. You like those Smirnoff containers? Yeah, so do I. Not sure about... Yeah, we might have to do this an update to this trailer as well then. Oh my goodness. That is not quite right. Yikes. Yeah, it's just missing the attaches on the back plate there for some reason. But yeah, yeah. So I've already got the Smirnoff. If you missed it earlier, there, Hectic. Yeah, the Smirnoff, the whiskey, so popcorn Suttons is done. We got Wolfie's Pizza. We've got Heartland Bread and the McCain factory all set up with these containers. That's literally utilising the same containers, the same visuals that we had back in 19. So it's kind of cool. Now, just out of interest, I'm trying to think of an easier option than going into Aldi. One burger, okay. We're going to take a slight change. So the nice thing is I can just drive over the triggers at Whataburger and sell these containers. Now the only other thing as well is the gold bars. That was another thing I was thinking about as well. Do I set up a container for gold bars? Maybe have a intensely gold container. I don't know if I want to go that far in all honesty. We do have Green Thumb Farmers truck that he converted over, which is doing a pretty good job, but it's got a couple of issues still. For stability and such, but it's good. Bonk, bonk, and hopefully bonk and bonk. Look at that. 47, 31, 31,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, obviously, if I was to do that, that would have been what? Nearly 300 pallets I would have had to have moved. That's a lot of working back and forth, back and forth. Ew, that is definitely not good. I am going to have to get that sorted out today or tomorrow. Well, yes, this is the whole reason as well, to have double trailers, lots and lots of money being sold and made on your save games. You need to start to stop by to say hi. Yeah, actually, I lurk quite a bit in your streams, Coffee Man, but a lot of the time is when you're streaming, I'm usually eating. So I will listen and watch, but a lot of the time I kind of a little bit busy cooking and such, so and eating. So it's hard to say hello. But yeah, if you ever see like a shout out a random shout out going out to like Mamadou or someone, that's usually me. So yeah, yes, that is definitely not right. I'll have to have a look at certificates. Hey there, Cyberfly, how you doing? Welcome in again. Let me drop that off here actually, because I think we'll just do the two for the minute. We'll detach you. I must have missed something in the XML or the I3D, I'm not quite sure. Oh, somebody's got a 0 gummy bear thing. Cool. Righty, so we'll have a little look at what other vodkas, anyway, I can get sold. There we go. Now, obviously, one thing I could technically do is increase the height of the autoload on there and do it that way, but I don't think I will. Right, so don't need to worry about you. Actually, we've gone the other way, wouldn't we? We were on the cranberry vodkas containers. So we've got cake containers set up now as well to that. So that will be what, 4 containers basically. Not bad. Obviously, you got your pizza containers already there. Alright, cranberries. I still have 2 I can sell there, so select that. Big Daddy! Oh my goodness gracious me! Thank you very, very much for the resub for 9 months. Much appreciated and welcome in, sir. How do you join the Sim Game Alliance? So you have to be extraordinary in your field as a streamer or modder. Right now I do not believe we're actually taking any, but if you are a streamer who wants to join, you can contact Dajnet in Discord saying you're interested. Obviously there's a whole process where we have to check you out and make sure that you'd fit into the group, but you're more than welcome to get in contact with him. I'm not sure if Mr. Dave is actually accepting anybody at the minute in, but you never know. But yeah, just go into the SGA Discord and maybe look out for Mr. Dajnet and maybe send him a message saying you're interested. And why am I not getting Big Daddy coming up in my little list here? Let me go to my other shoutouts and yeah, do you see anything interested, Mr. Big Daddy? As you're just joining, I know you like to lurk a lot. right here. You're very welcome for this shout out. Did you ban me? Don't know. No, but look, we got containers again, Big Daddy. I've been busy over the weekend creating containers for a handful of the factories. We can now turn the pallets into basic containers and such. But yeah, this is what I'm working on at the minute. It's a labour of love. Every single item, end of line product, should we say, will have its own containers now set up for selling purposes, 50,000 litres. And yeah, it's going to make life a little bit easier. Who knows, in the future, we may be able to get it added into factories and such. There we go, there we go, there we go. So 2 containers, 601,771 for selling, plus an additional 48,169 for the environmental score. Not bad at all. So an update will be coming out soon. Yes, Sim Game Matt, I'm planning on doing one this weekend, or this Friday, with whatever I've been able to get added in. And then probably next Friday I'll do a second update to add in hopefully the rest of the final product factories containers. Right now I'm looking at around about 20 more factories still to be set up with, or products coming out of factories to be set up as a container. But yeah, it's only final products that I'm doing currently. So where, say for instance, you got like the Heinz factory, obviously you got the tomato sauce, obviously that goes into Wolfie's Pizza. They, for the minute anyway, will be kept as a pallet, not a container. But the tomatoes, the ketchup, the mayonnaise, stuff like that, the other products, if they don't go into another factory, they will be added into a container sort of thing. So yeah. But yeah. Yeah, finally it is coming to fruition. Yeah, I know what you mean. Flourish or whatever it's called. Yeah. Obviously, like I was saying earlier, I tried in 22 to get them to work, but the containers that when I set up, they overwrote the base palette, and it didn't work quite right. So it was kind of frustrating. But yeah, basically they're just a bigger palette. That's all they really are, in all honesty. Right, so there's that. We're just going to be going through all the vodkas right now and getting them sold, in all honesty. So. But yeah, when you come into the menu, for those just joining, obviously I'm probably going to show you this again anyway, but any container line will be needed to be activated, or excuse me, will need to be activated in this menu, and make sure that it is set to keeping for the minute, because obviously then that will allow you to spawn them back out later on. It's not going to cost you anything while the pallets are in here, so don't worry about the cost in this. The cycles on it are set pretty high, so it should process the pallets almost instantaneously into a container. So, but yeah, obviously 50,000 litre containers, and also the nice thing is if you are using Braven's script mod, production mod, you can actually spawn out those partial containers as well. So yay! But yeah, right now I've got, obviously, like I said, I've got the flour factory, so Heartland bread. All of those breads are now set up in a container. Obviously with Heartland bread on the side, Wolfie's pizzas, they're now all set up with a Wolfie pizza image. The whiskey, the vodka, and McCain's are all set up. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get more out within the next few days. I don't want to go in here. I want to spawn goods out. So, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get a fair few by the end of Friday, set up ready. It does take a little bit of time to get them set up in the XMLs and all that, and then test them. But it's getting there, that's for sure. And obviously, hopefully, if all goes well, and Braven does carry on doing it, Revamp will be out by the end of the year. But yeah, I'm just going on what I've seen and read in his Discord. Um, vodkas. So there's the cranberry, orange, cherry. Did I go back? Oh, excuse me, I need to these. Sorry, there we go. Cherry vodka. That was the other one. Try to think of them in order. So cherry vodka, they're done. The cranberries. What is the next one? Which I've just finished doing. Cranberry vodka. Oh no, that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, this will actually spawn out 4 containers, all in barrel logistics. If you've missed this, you're just coming in. On that far bay that's not basically being used for the minute. So I'm still going to have the pallets here to spawn out, but you'll also be able to get your containers out as well. Just make sure that you activate those lines, and yeah, you'll be good. Yay! I'm going to try this. I haven't tried doing a double stack on here, so 1, 2. That's fine. I'm kind of curious how these straps work. Whether it's going to go high enough to support an extra one on top. Let's have a look. Super strength. And actually, I was thinking if we can get a I don't know, a log storage, for example, we could technically have containers coming out of that, of logs. No one's ever thought of that, have they? No, I can get one on the end here. I want to see if I can do all 4 of these. Obviously, if will it? I don't know. It may or may not. Can I? Nope. That ain't gonna work. Let me go that way and pivot it that way. There we go. How to semi-cheat, shall we say? Is it gonna stay? Is it? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. There we go. Well, we can do definitely 3. And the thing is, will this? No, it won't. Okay. Wonder how long that's going to last on there. But yeah, I'm going to take this over, get this sold off, and see what we can do. Can I go steady enough so it doesn't drop off? That's going to be the fun part. But look at all that vodka. That's a lot of drinkage. I better not break any of it. That's all I can say. There we go. I'm just going to take this nice and steady. Nice and steady. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, it is kind of nice that the container visuals from 19 were already in Barrow Logistics. So that was one plan I'd always wanted to bring back, as these containers. So I was literally able to grab the old FS19 container itself, bring it over to 25, then link the textures to the Barrow Logistics, which makes life a little bit easier. It really does. It really does. Yes, it's interesting that the containers themselves have doors on both ends. Oh well. Who the heck cares? It's a container. It's a big, huge amount of money at the end of the day. But yeah, there we go. But yeah, like I was, and that's another thing as well. Who knows what the future will hold? Obviously, now that we've got the containers in, technically we could start adding them into the productions as well. But obviously the productions themselves would have to have a container line added as well for the in the recipes. So that's a little bit funky. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ah, didn't quite get that last one in at the same time, but not bad. That'll do. That will definitely do. 1.6 for the harvest income. Yeah. That's not bad. 4 containers. Nice. Not bad. And my bank account is starting to look healthy again. I'm back up to 9 million. 9.5 million, so that's fine. But anyway, guys, I am going to call it there for today. Obviously, I do have real life stuff to get on with. So, I have no idea who is out there, but a huge thank you to all you guys for coming out today. Much appreciated. Oh, Big Daddy, thank you very much for the resub. Thank you very much to Ashley Kelly for the raid earlier on. Let's get over to the ending screen so I can see what else has been going on. I'll say thanks for Farmer Marks, Hat Take, for the biddies, Mr. Coffee Man for the raid earlier on. Thank you as well. You guys are absolute superstars. But yes, I will try not to break it. I promise. To be honest, I thought I broke Barrel Logistics over the weekend when I started adding the stuff in. Yeah. The first time I did it, it wouldn't even load into the game. It's like, oh, fudge monkeys. But anyway. So let's go and look who is out there in the world of Twitch today. I know it's a little bit early, but hopefully somebody is streaming. Oh, Truck and Jay's just gone live. Obviously he's doing 25. So it's kind of becoming a regular thing. I have no idea what Evil Reyes is doing, but if anybody's interested in Oxygen Not Included, whatever the heck that is, Evil Reyes is currently playing. He's not PG, bear that in mind, but he is playing that. But yeah, we're gonna go see Truck and Jay. He's going starting up his stream at the minute, so might as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a bit more of an update for you guys regarding Barrel Logistics for Wednesday. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So following, there he is, Truck and Jay. Couldn't see him on my list there for a sec. Had to refresh again. But yeah, good night to you too, Cyberfly. Much appreciated for popping in. But let's see. Raid, go. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a little bit more to do on Wednesday. But yeah, anyway guys, have a great rest of your day. Thank you all again very, very much. Let's go see Mr. Truck and Jay, see what he is up to today. And I will catch you again very, very soon. Bye for now.